Mooney, that was a fairly dramatic way to finish up the National Premier League's Queensland season.
Yeah, look, I think for coaches that wasn't much fun, but for drama and for what the league probably deserved the way they finished, that was the two best teams going hammering tongs and both going hard, and Olympic had the advantage and we worked our way back in and managed to find the way to win it.
Neither side really took a backward step and neither side left anything out there. How proud of you of your boys after what's been a really long season, including a couple of cup ties as well. It's been a busy couple of weeks.
Look, I can't speak highly enough for this playing group. What we had to overcome in the last 5-6 weeks with the schedule, midweek games, FFA Cup games, 10-man, 120 minutes last week. You know, it was there for Olympic. They had the perfect preparation going into this game. And they had the jump on us and they should have put us away, but they didn't. What we did today, we showed what a good side we were. And maybe they didn't realise what a good side we were because we beat them 3 times this year out of the 4 matches. They seem to talk about what they did well, but I'd like to talk about what we did well against them. And we've certainly found a way to beat Olympic this year. And tonight was ever the case. We were on our knees, we were up against the ropes, but we found a way to dig in, find a way back into the game, and in the end, come home strong and win it well.
What did you say at half-time? Because I think Olympic were the dominant side in that first half and probably deserved their lead at the break. How do you get your team back up for it? Because you've won so much this year, and sometimes perhaps it can be hard to not hard to motivate, but when you've won so many games, it can be difficult at the end of another long slog of a season when you're facing a team that are in good form.
I think I just broke the mood with a joke. I just said, well done for only being 1-0 down, because you're right. I mean, Shelford's chance kills the game. It's game over. Physically, where we were at, 2-0's too much to come back. But they didn't. They left the door open. And so I just said that. I said, we're lucky to be 1-0 down. Now let's go play football, because we were very much second best in that first half. Olympic were far better. But like I said, with this team, I just said now it's about fighting, grinding, finding a way back in the game. And when we did, you saw what they did. They showed what true champions they are and what great character they have, and they found a way to win.
How much of a problem did Jason McQuarrie's injury cause you in terms of having to change your plan?
Well, look, we got a good side. I actually thought we improved when Shep came on, because he gave us some real thrust in behind and he started making runs in behind them. So, look, it's disappointing for Jace to come off so soon with an unfortunate injury, but Shepherd came on and was absolutely superb for the remainder of the match.
It got a little bit heated towards the end, particularly in the second period of extra time and the first period of extra time. How proud of you of your team for actually keeping their heads, really, because it did seem to boil down to a bit of composure. It
did. We spoke all year about discipline, and even in the biggest moments, in the biggest games, we won't speak for them. They do what they need to do to stay competitive in the game. I was proud of the way my boys didn't react in certain situations. We're disappointed last week we got a red card. That's our first red card in 3 years, I think, at this club. So, like I said, we're big on discipline here. But they just kept their heads really well, and they really managed that last 15 minutes to see the game out well.
You play Edgeworth Eagles next week on the national stage. It's another good opportunity to show what Lions can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I know the coach well. I know the team well. They're a very good side, so we won't take them lightly, and we'll try and get ourselves up again. We're back up, and we'll try and prepare ourselves to try and win the game against Edgeworth and see where it takes us.
Just a word about the crowd. It was one of the better atmospheres that I think we've had over the course of the National Premier League's Queensland season. From both sides, the crowd going hammer and tongs. It's great to play at home, and it'll be great to play at home next week, I imagine.
Absolutely, yeah. And look, the crowd were amazing, and even the Olympic people, full credit to them. They really contributed to the atmosphere today. I thought that was great for everyone. What they did, they were vocal, they gave us a bit of stick, but that's expected, and we enjoyed that. And but what it did, it provided a real atmosphere. So credit to Olympic and their supporters for turning out in big numbers, and thanks to our supporters, because they turned up in big numbers as well.
Congratulations, Mooney, premiers and champions, first year of the National Premiers Queensland, and now, who knows, the entire nation as well. So best of luck for next week, and we'll see you then.
Cheers, Simon. Thanks, mate.